Now, Richardson is located in between Dallas and Plano, and it has a population of around 130,000 people. It's really a great city for young professionals and families alike, and offers plenty of restaurants, coffee shops, bars, and shopping as well. You have several great parks and recreation right within the city limits, so there's plenty of entertainment options and things to do. According to livability.com, Richardson was rated number 41 out of the top 100 cities to live in 2022, and is quickly becoming more prominent in the North Dallas conversation. So as far as real estate is concerned, Richardson is within reach for most two-income households. The median home cost in Richardson is about $367 grand, which is, quite affordable in comparison to other North Dallas suburbs. Most of the homes are older builds, dating back to the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and new development communities are, pretty scarce in this area, with the most popular established neighborhoods being Lake Highlands, far North Dallas, Canyon Creek, and North Garland. Very rarely are you able to see new construction being built or even finding empty lots to build on. Most of the new developments were a result of, a teardown. So new construction in Richardson is pretty much like a unicorn, and as a result, it's gonna be in high demand. And if you're able to find a lot, consider yourself lucky, but most likely it's going to go for a premium in comparison to lots in other areas. Richardson is going to be rich in job opportunities. For the sake of not sounding repetitive, all of DFW has great opportunities for job growth. So in future videos, you're gonna hear this common theme a few times. The job market here in the Metroplex is expansive. So if you need a new job or you're trying to scale your career, Richardson is going to be a viable option. This suburb is home to what we call the telecom corridor. This means that many of the world's leading networking and telecommunication companies are based in the city of Richardson, including Samsung, Texas Instruments, ZTE, AT&T, Verizon, and just a whole bunch of others. The job growth in Richardson has followed an upward trend over the years, and according to bestplaces.net, employment opportunities have increased about 3.5% over the past year alone. The average salary here in Richardson is around $86,000, which is definitely above the average wage in comparison to the cost of living here in Dallas. Typically in and around Dallas, specifically the suburbs of Dallas, public transportation is usually a con because it's non-existent. However, right here in Richardson, you're gonna have access to the DART, which stands for the Dallas Area Rapid Transit. The DART system operates within the Richardson city limits, so you'll be able to get around using the bus or light rail. There are several rail and bus stations located in this area that service all parts of Richardson and into downtown Dallas. If you want to check out station locations, the cost of fares, or transportation schedules, you can head on over to dart.org to learn more about this feature in depth. Now, Richardson is centrally located to many hotspots around the DFW. Whether you're commuting from Dallas or wanting to visit neighboring cities, it's easy to get back and forth from this location. It's positioned right in the middle of three major highways, 75, 635, and President Bush Tollway, which makes it an easy commute to various parts of the Metroplex. It's not far from the airport, only about 20 miles away. So if you like to vacation or you have to go out of town for business, it's going to be an easy job to DFW International. Now, downtown Dallas is about 15 miles. Addison is around 8, with Frisco coming in at about 20 miles away. Now, if you want to go to Fort Worth, it is a bit of a stretch, located about 40 miles away, which is still, very manageable. And if you're looking to catch a Cowboys game, it'll probably take you about 45 minutes, as it's just over 30 miles to the stadium. Moving on to our final pro, Richardson is known for having numerous outdoor areas. Different nature preserves, walking trails, and golf courses are sprinkled throughout the city. This is one of the great things about living in Texas, as they've really concentrated tax dollars on the quality of life and allowing the residents to have spaces to enjoy some nature, even though you're in the middle of the big city. So if you love the outdoors or need a place to have, some outdoor meditation, Richardson is going to be a great place to call home. Another popular area is the Prairie Creek Park, which has, this beautiful waterfall feature you can explore. It kind of reminds me of this creek back home, where we used to go and skip rocks, so it's a bit of nostalgia for me. If you reside near City Line and you know you're a pet lover, then you'll have access to this massive park for pups. Seriously, no exaggeration, the park is close to 5 football fields in size, and during the warmer months, there are plenty of dogs running around all day long. There are other few attractions around Richardson, like the Eisman Center for Performing Arts, which is, a top attraction featuring all types of performances from comedies, dance competitions, concerts, and some Broadway productions. You'll also enjoy the Alamo Draft Cinema. That's a bar and a movie theater combo showing the latest flicks. If you didn't know, I am a huge movie buff and nothing beats being able to go to the movies for me. I just saw the new Avatar not too long ago and it was amazing. Like, James Cameron is my guy. What's even better, you can have your food brought straight to your seat and enjoy a nice margarita during the movie. If I didn't mention before, City Line is a mixed-use development that offers offices, shopping, restaurants, bars, and multifamily housing as well. You can basically live, work, and play right within the community, so you won't have to Uber home. All right, now let's talk about some of the things that may not be as flattering about the city of Richardson and some of the surrounding areas. Now, as I was cruising around the city, I quickly came across the first con. And it's something the city's addressing, but the current state of the roadways really needs to be addressed. We're talking uneven lanes, potholes, and a bunch of loose gravel. I don't know if you've ever gotten a chip in your windshield, but it's not something I'm looking out for on the day-to-day. I did see some construction on some side streets, but that just made getting around even more inconvenient. So take that with a grain of salt when you're driving around town. Moving on to the next con on our list, and that's going to be the crime rating. According to crimegrade.org, Richardson received a C rating, and the city is in the 45th percentile of all the major cities, meaning that 55% of cities throughout the country are safer than it is here. Obviously, that's not the best grade, but to be quite honest with you, every time I'm in Richardson, whatever area I travel to, I feel safe, I feel secure. I don't feel like there's any, disturbances. However, based on the stats, Richardson is going to have an issue in regards to crime, so just keep that in mind. Okay, moving on to the next con, and that's going to be the public education. As you already know, I'm all about education as my boys are in one of the best school districts, and here in Richardson it's being ranked as 310 out of close to 1,200 schools in the state of Texas. And for me, that's just not gonna cut it. Based off the math and reading testing data, the school district's graduation rate is 90%. And if we compare that to, say, Capel or Mansfield ISD, it's showing a graduation rate of about 98%. So to me, that's a huge difference, just by comparison with the key metrics. So if you have children, not that it's the worst ISD in the state, however, it's definitely not the best. So it's just something to consider if you're planning on relocating right here to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Now this con, it might not even be a con for you, but for me and some of the younger buyers I've worked with in the past, it's absolutely a con. And that's going to be the lack of new construction homes. As I mentioned in a video earlier, Richardson is not gonna have a lot of new construction options. Your main option for a newly built house would be to purchase a tear down and then rebuild the kind of home that you would want afterwards. But that option can be pretty pricey, and as a general rule right here in Richardson, you're not going to have access to new construction as you would in, say, Plano, Frisco, or any other parts of DFW. As I drove through a few communities, there were, only a couple of empty lots out there out of like 100 homes that I saw. So if purchasing or building a new home is important to you, it's probably going to be a major issue right here in Richardson. So if you found any value at all in this video, just do me a favor and like and comment and subscribe. I actually made this video specifically for one of our subscribers, who requested Richardson. So if you guys have any questions or concerns about any of the areas in DFWs, just drop us a comment below. And if you're moving down to Dallas, just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we can talk to you about your plans of moving to the Lone Star State. Stay blessed, everyone, and I can't wait to see you around town.